Okay, so here we are.
So he's the one that's going to catch with the kite net.
Yeah. So you have this net with a whole bunch of little chains in the bottom, and you have to know how to throw this thing.
1, 2, 3.
But we've been pumping since 6 o'clock this morning, and it was sucking up a lot of mud. So right now we have 2 pumps in there. See what happens. Now the pump that the net that we have is a little different than this. It has weights on the bottom with a little plastic ring in there. That's for the non-professional guy. So anyway, we'll see what happens. But now he's gonna get in the water to see if he got anything. Now we had about 2,000-3,000 fish in here, so let's see what let's see what's left in here.
มีอยู่เนาะ เอากลับบ้านแล้วกันเจ้า
Something's jumping. Some.
Oh, not.
ติดแล้วอย่างหันติดแล้วมันน้ำมันนิ่ง
เด็กกับเจ้าขอ
ๆแปลงมาเร็วๆขึ้นบนก่อน
Here, put it in that tub over there.
ไปใส่ตรงขึ้นก่อนได้อยู่เจ้าเอามาพักไว้นี่ก่อนก็ได้แล้วปิดกระคัดไปเอาออกส้มมีตั้งได้เห็นลุงแล้วป่ะมีแล้วนี่เนี่ยเราเอาไอ้สวิงนิด
Should have dumped it on the ground and gotten the big fish out. So now the struggle is to get the fish out of there.
นี่เป็นทรายใส่ตีไม่ติ้งเกี่ยวเปรี้ย
มันน่ะมันให้หวย
ตัวขนาดนั้นสวยเลยนั่น
So they're gonna have the kind of exhibition seminar thing to show up how to do the fish with the old people with the book at the village.
Oh.
So we're gonna show and get the knowledge how to
When?
keep the fish.
When?
I don't know when,
Oh.
but need to go straight away then because it's fresh here.
That one got tangled up in there.
That's all.
There are 10 people in here. Try to figure it out.
Yeah. That one there. That fish there came from the circus. There it is.
ตัวขนาดนี้ก็ได้อยู่ป่ะโอ้ขนาดนี้กำลัง
Yay! Hey, you want me to take that pump and dump the water on the floor here, and it'll come out here, but on number 1.
Okay, so right now we separate the big fish and the little fish. Okay, so this is the number 2. Oh, ระวังไฟนะ
ถ่ายรูปได้
เฮ้โอเคโชว์เลยค่ะ อันนี้มือวางดับ2เหรอ
It's really amazing how they take this thing and they can get a whole bunch of fish. Yeah, you chop chop.
ว่ามันนักขนาดตัวใหญ่ๆเก็บมันน้องตัวกันได้เลยมีคนมาจองไว้เป็นจุดทับเผาเลยแต่ต้องใหญ่ๆล่ะพวก
Wait, one got left behind. One. And this character fell out of the net.
We might not have enough the big because already they said I want some to the big one.
Yeah. So each time he's thrown that thing in there twice, 3 times, and he's got a whole bunch of them.
Go look over there.
Yeah. You. And this is the. They had another net that they brought out. And you would think that you just yank it on out, but no, you take it out slow. Oh. You can just see the water churning there. It's got a good load there. Okay. And yeah, they pull them out slow. There's a whole bunch of them in there. Wait. You need a crane. Oi. There's a whole bunch of them there. Okay. Oh, I got a whole bunch of them here. There they go. We need one of these nets. The ones that we have are for non-professionals, and boy, you catch a lot with this. And when you have a lot of people, it's very good and very quick. And there goes the first load. So there's no sense in wasting the water. I decided to dump it in here. When we first started, I was dumping it out there, but it makes no sense. So I put it in here, and I will flood this whole area here so the trees can get a good shot of water. Yeah, just put it in there. Just watch out for the alligator. There's one alligator in here. Over there. Wait. Hey, Woon. I was telling them, watch out for the one alligator we have in there. He was reaching in underneath there, you know, and he took out a fish like this. And I said, just watch out for the alligator. I guess we've been doing it kind of wrong because they pull it out really slow and they get a whole bunch of fish. we throw it in there and yank it on out. So when they first started, they were worried that there would be no fish in here because they didn't see anything jumping out and stuff. But I kept telling them this morning was 14 degrees Celsius. Yesterday and the day before that was like 13. So every day has been kind of cold. So what these characters do is they stay down low. It's a pump. Anyway, we'll continue doing what we're doing and see what happens. They are looking for, I think, 100 kilos, and we're like 50 or 60 right now, so they should be able to get what they need. All right, we'll see after a while what happens. Okay, so it continues. I'm really surprised at how long it's taken to get this water down, but it's almost down. But with this thing being down here, everybody was afraid that there were no fish in here, and I kept telling them they're at the bottom. And they've taken load after load after load. It's really amazing. Now, I'm going to have to look around and see what it would cost. Oh, that was a good throw. You're on the pump here. It's on the pump. It's catching the pump. Woon. So we're going to have to find someone to come and dig this thing out, because if you look, the bank is really collapsing there all the way around. Yeah. And like, for example, this dirt here, I don't know where it came from, but it's all piled up over there. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But hopefully I can find somebody that can give me a decent price, because, you know, COVID affects bulldozers, backhoes, and excavators. Seriously puts them out of commission, so the price is probably up. Yeah. As you can see, there's all kinds of fish that they're getting there still. So the last I remember, there was probably maybe 2,500, maybe even a little bit more, but there was a lot. So yeah. All right, we'll see what happens. Okay, so it's getting down to the nitty-gritty, where there's almost nothing left, and now they will catch them by hand. And as you can see, they will jump, they will skip. You'll see them making a trail. Yeah, you can turn it on right there. So as you can see, there's a lot of buildup here. All this here used to go down way down there. So this is some very rich soil that's here. It's I would say that all this stuff here is just the poop from ages. Yeah. So slowly but surely it's sucking up the last of it.
I wonder how the rock come from.
underneath. Before they dug this thing out, this had rock in here from the driveway, right? So what they did is when they excavated here, they moved the dirt around and they put that there, and then they put the dirt from in here on top of it. And because the edges are collapsing on in, the water erodes in and brings that gravel out. Yeah. Yeah, so pretty soon this thing will be empty. Gonna have to call the dirt guy and see what he'll charge us to dig this thing out. Let it dry out.
Let it dry out first.
No, I think you should ask him and then tell him we're gonna let it dry out, because when he comes with the excavator, you have the lime and you have that other stuff ready to go.
เนี่ยเอาเลนขึ้นนะข้างล่าง
Here,
มันแข็ง
he's talking to you.
ฮะ
ข้างล่างมันแข็ง
อ๋อ ข้างล่างแข็ง he said it hard there
It's got some places that have clay. Maybe that's where
บอก
the
เด็กๆอย่าเล่นน้ำเนอะติตี้
maybe that's where the alligator is.
บอกระวังเนอะว่ะเองก็
You
จระเข้
stepped,
ว่ะเอลลิเกเตอร์
you stepped on the alligator.
ตาลูกมีอยู่5บอกอันนั้นนะน้องเขาบุบี้อันนี้คนงานเขาการฝึกงาน
All right, we'll see what happens here after a while. Okay, so it's almost down to nothing. There's still a few fish that are jumping around, but very few. You're deep. So right now, there's a few, but not many. Yeah, so right now the pump is jumping because it's mainly sucking mud. So there it is. This morning it was full, and right now it's probably about 1:30, and it's pretty much empty. Oi! Now checking the little holes here and there because they have fish that hang out there, and unless you stick your hand in there you can't see them. I think over there, Woon. No, on that water down there. And you can hear the pump sucking air. Yep, that's pretty much it. There was 14 people that showed up. So yeah, with 14 people, that's 28 hands. It went pretty quick. So it was about time to empty this thing out. Hasn't been emptied in well, 2-3 years, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember when we put this thing together, but it's been 2-3 years. And as you can see, the ground is caving in. If you look across the way down there, there's erosion under the thing and the site collapsing in. So it's definitely time to dig this thing out and rebuild it. So I think what we'll do is we'll let it dry out for a couple of weeks at least, you know, because when the excavator comes, I would like for them to take this stuff out, and it's very very good fertilizer, so I would like them to take it and maybe pile it up over there so I can have access to it. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so here it is. It is 1 o'clock. I just went inside to check, and this thing is empty. All we have to do is gather up the stuff that's laying around, like the pipes and the ladder and the pump over there and stuff like that. But this is empty. Now, I have only seen one fish right there in that puddle right there. Other than that, I haven't seen anything running around. They did a very good job at finding all the fish. So the plan is now is we will let this thing dry out probably a couple of weeks. So basically to the end of the month. Yeah, to the end of the month. And then we will see about digging this thing out, because I am really amazed at this stuff in here. This right here was way deeper than this. This whole section here. This over here filled up quite a bit, but not as much as the deep end. Yeah. So either way, we'll let it dry out and then see about finding someone to come and dig this thing out and all that stuff. Hopefully by then we will have this fence up right here, and then what we'll do is maybe have them put some along the fence here, level it out some, put some on that other side over there, and if there's some left over, put it here. This way we can haul it over to the garden and use it over there, or I don't know, time will tell and see what happens. But yeah, we had 12-14 guys show up, well, and ladies too, and boy, they just cleaned this thing up quick. So they took all the medium to large fish, and the small ones we put in here between tank 2 and 3, mostly on 3 because it was empty. And then it's a matter of having them hang out until we put some lime on this thing, let it sit, and we might have to buy some more of that powder stuff that we put in here to seal it. And if we do, well, we'll put that stuff in there and do it. But what I will do this time, because last time it was out of necessity, but here I will put the submersible pump there, but the pipe that was shooting the water up in the air will go down there towards the middle, and this way you can circulate the water just like it did before. Yeah. Alright guys, so there it is. So now I'm going to go inside and have some lunch because I'm hungry. Alright, see you guys later. Thanks for watching.
ขอบคุณเจ้า
See you next time.
แล้วฟ้ากันแฮมไมนะเจ้า
See you.